cannot rise, while its people refuse to face the truth that stands before them. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow citizens of this world, there are moments in human history when a people must pause, reflect, and examine the course upon which they have traveled. The Middle East stands today at such a crossroads. For too long, blame has been passed down from one generation to another. Blame cast upon Israel for every hardship, every drought, every political storm. But I ask with humility and firmness, how much longer shall this continue? Why not? For the sake of your children and for the promise of tomorrow, gather in honest conversation, a round table of reason, and chart a path toward peace. For even nations of the desert, like the UAE, chose civilization over fragmentation, progress over perpetual conflict. Let us speak plainly. The struggle with Israel is not solely a battle of land or boundary. It is a theological contest shaped by interpretations of destiny and divine will. Yet who declared that exterminating the Jews would bring about God's kingdom? By whose command does such darkness masquerade as virtue? And now, drought in Tehran becomes a foreign conspiracy. 6.5 years without rain, attributed not to the winds of climate, nor the stewardship of land, but to the actions of another nation. My question is simple: who taught you this falsehood? Let it be known today. Haram will not pay bills. Haram breeds atheism. Illiteracy is the greatest weapon for controlling the mind. When extremism becomes the rule, when violence replaces education, when war becomes a creed, faith itself begins to die. And when faith dies, the young turn not to devotion, but to despair. No people, no religion, no nation can prosper under the weight of endless war. Poverty knows no denomination. Suffering has no sect. Pain honors no ideology. Human beings walk this earth before religion, and human beings shall walk it after religion. So why destroy the very land that sustains human life? For decades, fierce battles have burned fields, shattered irrigation, poisoned water sources, the very blessings that make life possible. How then shall rainfall return when the land that calls for it has been wounded? Instead of nurturing green fields and fruitful farms, some powers have poured their resources into nuclear ruttons, instruments that spare neither plant nor person. And so the region withers, not by fate, but by choice. Yemen has become a graveyard of ambitions, a battleground shaped not by necessity, but by extremist ideology, and good neighboring nations stumble under the same burden. I see poor Africans celebrating this ideology and inviting them home in the name of religion. And the question stands before us: is this the future we choose? Let the truth be declared. Ideology is the enemy, not destiny. Burning books will not enlighten your children. Burning schools will not elevate your nation. Only education can break this cycle of suffering. Therefore, I plead with sincerity and conviction. Educate your people. Restore your lands. Lay down hatred. Embrace dietary. Choose the path that leads not to ruin, but to renewal. For history has shown time and again that peace is not earned through destruction, but through courage. The courage to seek understanding, to uplift the oppressed, and to build for future generations. Let this be the moment when the Middle East turns its face from the shadows of conflict and steps at last into the light of a better world, built not by the sword, but by the conscience of its people.